Greetings, I'm the political ferret. Let's talk about prejustice. Right now, prejustice is some kind of a dirty word. The reason for this is simple. If you have prejustice normally regarding a group, it will never ever apply to each and every member of this group, and therefore it is stupid to use this to come to conclusions for certain members of this group. The thing is, that's not how prejustice is supposed to work. Prejustice is something that has evolved, not just in humans, but in every animal with higher brain functions. If a cat grows up in close proximity to humans and is treated well, the cat will more likely develop a tendency to not run away if it sees a human being, even somewhat it has never seen before. That's already prejustice. Yeah, it's based on experiences. But humans have something that cats lack, and that's language. We are able to communicate more or less anything and therefore transfer our knowledge to someone who is lacking the experience. And here's the thing. It's not enough to put an idea in people's heads. They have to save this information, and that's the tricky part. So let's formulate something that's easy, like every child loves cookies. Well, I know a lot of children who love cookies, and I can't think of one that doesn't. There are some, I'm pretty sure about that, but I think it's pretty likely that there are magnitudes more adults who would agree to this than oppose this statement. But does the one child that despises cookies falsify the whole thing? Let's go to this a bit later and try to hit something that's clearly wrong, like elderly people are the cause for all car accidents. Well, I would say that's not true, and if you don't agree, just think about a statement that is even more wrong, like cats are able to produce weapons of mass destruction. The classic narrative that all of this prejustice is wrong and only there because some evil media prints them would suggest that you just have to print this over some years and people will largely adopt it and accept this as a fact and then start to tell the same thing. And that's not true. Not for all humans, anyway. You see, prejustice don't get grip if there's nothing about it, and it loses grip pretty fast if things change. 200 years ago, people thought that deaf people are stupid. For example, the German word doof is derived from deaf or taub and means stupid. But then we developed tools to give them speech, and now someone who would say that deaf people are stupid would have a pretty hard time to argue, because we know that's not true. Prejustice only works as long as there is grip on it, but prejustice don't have to apply to each and everyone within the affected group. So now we are with the Gaussian curve. To keep it very, very simple, a rule of thumb can be that prejustice have to fit perfectly on 1/6 of a group, somehow on 2/3 of the group, and the remaining 1/6 could be contrary as they like and as much as they do and whatever. They are the exception of the rule. The mass media have a tendency to concentrate on the two small segments on the edges. The 1/6 that is almost cartooningly in fulfilling all the cliches and those who are completely different. But life is about the middle. Those are the people we come in contact with. Those we are talking to, and here our experiences are born. And those experiences are the foundation of prejustice. And that's the reason the mass media loses influence, because the new media still works with extremes, but show way more emphasis on the mean, on the middle, on the normal. And that's the stuff we can experience and know, and we can feel, and we can see it if we step out of our echo chambers and see the world as it is. Well, I'm still not a fan of prejustice, but prejustice can be a starting point for real experiences. Just go out there, challenge your prejudices. You will see that some are false, and it's a tough nut to accept them, that some are right. We should not try to fight prejustice. We should use it to identify problems, as we did with the deaf. Thanks for listening.